Welcome to video number 2 of a 3-part video series concerning the National Water Model Learning Module found on Hydrolearn.org. My name is Easton Perkins. I am a student at Brigham Young University and a research assistant in the Hydroinformatics Research Lab. Today we'll be going over how to complete exercise number 2 found in the National Water Model Notebook number 4, titled Retrieving Archived National Water Model Forecast from Google Platform or GCP storage with Hydrotools. To access the learning module, type in Hyrolearn.org into your search browser. Alright, I'm going to search in here, National Water Model, and that will take you to the learning module. Just simply click on the icon to continue. You should now be on a page similar to this one. That is similar to this one. This course assumes that you have already gone through the introduction as well as section number 1 and now have a brief understanding for what the National Water Model is and obtained a brief history of the National Water Model, as well as now have a basic knowledge of what a short range, medium range, and long range forecast is. Hopefully we're going to be working here today in learning activity number 2. Hopefully you've already worked through the first 3 notebooks, as this is notebook number 4. However, working through the previous notebooks is not required as a prerequisite. It is highly advised that you work through at least notebook number 3 before doing this. Alright, so we're going to be clicking here. And the previous page that we were on explains exactly how to set this up if you have not previously done so. Quasi Jupyter Hub. And it will power up here. Jupyter Lab. Okay, here we are. So we're here, and hopefully your page looks something like this. If it doesn't, it looks maybe a little different. As long as you can see 4 links somewhere on your page, you're in the right spot. And today we're in the notebook number 4. So we're going to click here, and there we are. We are in notebook number 4. Now this notebook is titled Retrieving Archived National Water Model Forecast from the Google Cloud Platform or GCP storage with Hydrotools. So if hopefully you've already done notebook number 3, you know that we went in and used the Google storage bucket as well as nomads to retrieve data. Now we had to go in and do that manually. We had to go find the data that we wanted and import it to our notebook. Took a little bit of time, but it worked. Now what we're going to be doing is using Hydrotools, which is basically going to do all of that for us. All we got to do is input the data as well as the reach ID. So we're going to begin. We're going to import the tools that we need. So we got Hydrotools, GCP, National, all these tools that we need. We're just going to run that. All right, now we're actually going to come down here to the bottom. I should have done this first. We've already done exercise number 1. If you haven't done that yet, go back and watch my video tutorial on exercise number 1 and try to complete that exercise. This video is going to focus in on how to complete exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 states, retrieve a long-range forecast either from GCP or nomads for a reach ID of your choice on a day of your choice. Subset the forecast for 3 to 4 reaches along the same river. Export the subset to a CSV file and use Excel or something similar to plot these for the forecasts. All right, sweet. So we got to basically come in here and we're going to want 3 to 4 reaches. For this learning exercise, we're only going to do 3. I'm just going to show the basics of how to complete this exercise, but I hope that you're going to go above and beyond, and hopefully that you find this interesting. These are really cool tools that can really enable you to do some amazing things. So please feel free just to go try things. Don't feel pressured. Just try stuff. This is a great environment to just experiment. So we're going to export and subset the CSV file to an Excel so then we can kind of plot them and look at them. So we're going to come up here, and we can do this one of 2 ways. We can either use nomads, which, remember, only has data for today, your current day, whatever day you're working on this, and the previous day. That's the only limitation to nomads. Other than that, it's a great resource. Google Cloud Platform Same thing, but it has data all the way back to September of 2018. So if you want older data, or if you want to say look at a major storm event that happened a couple months ago, weeks ago, or a few years ago, you want to use the Google Cloud platform. Okay. For the purposes of this exercise, just because I use the Google Cloud platform in exercise number 1, I'm going to use nomads this time. All right, so we already imported our packages. Now we have nomads, and we're going to hit run here. That's going to get us set up, and it gives us all the options we can put in down here. We could find, medium range, long range, short range. I believe this exercise actually asks for a long range forecast. It does. So we are going to change this to, we're in the wrong one. We want to come up here, nomads. We're going to change this to long range, underscore range, underscore, and then you have a lot of options here. So you have long range, remember 1, 2, 3, 4. Medium range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So, for this exercise, we're just going to choose one of the members. As we know, the long range forecast provides ensembles of forecasts, usually in groups of 4. So we have 4 different members we can choose from. If that's confusing, go back to the learning module and read through all about that, about long range forecasts and how those ensembles work. All right, so we're going to come up here. We got long range, and we're just going to do member 1 inside the parentheses. Member 1. All right, and there we go. And a reference time, because this is nomads, we got to do something. I'm just going to put today's date, so 05/19. There we go. Looking really good. Okay, so that should be good. We'll hit run. We got a little bit of an error. Let me look into exactly what this error is. Okay, I tried something new. So it looked like, for some reason, using nomads right now, when I put long range forecast in for today or yesterday, it's not wanting to work. It's not, for some reason, it's not recognizing the time. It could be the time of day I'm doing this. I'm doing this in the evening. So I came down here to the Google Cloud platform, and it looks like it's going to work. It's the exact same process. I just put in long range member 1. I am doing earlier day. I'm doing the January 13th of this year, 2022. So, and it looks like it's going to work for me. So I'm just going to continue using the GCP platform. Nomad should be working, but I guess if you've run into the same error I do, just come down here and use the GCP. So we'll continue. So it's working. We got it. We're going to come down here. Now the exercise says, let's see here. It says, retrieve a long range forecast either from GCP or Nomads for reach ID of your choice on a date of your choice. Subset the forecast for 3 to 4 reaches along the same river. Okay, sweet. So we're going to come up here, and we need 3 to 4 reaches. So we're going to come in here and get those now. Okay, we want 3 to 4 reaches. So we're just going to come over here, and we're going to skip this just because it only has 1 reach ID, and we're going to use the create list with my desired reach IDs. So we're going to come down here and get our reach IDs. So I just picked whatever river. This is a river in Utah. And it looks like we have 3 gauges kind of on the same river going in the same direction. So we're going to click on this first one, and it's going to give us our feature IDs. We're going to copy that, Control C, and we're going to come back, scroll up, excuse me, and yep, right here. And we're going to paste it. Control V. come down here, click here, and we're going to copy this one, Control C, and we're going to scroll back up, and we're going to paste it there. And we're going to do this one more time. Click here, Control C, Control C, and scroll up, and we're going to paste it there. Alright, and we got them, and we're going to hit run. Looks like they worked. That's good. We're going to run this code and run that as well. It organized it for us in pandas data frame, and it plotted it for us. Now the exercise does say that we want to export it as a CSV and analyze it in Excel. To do that, what you're going to have to do is you're going to come up here. I'll give one good example. I won't go through this extensively, but in order to complete this exercise, you do need to do this. So you're going to come up here, and we're just going to paste the last stream ID we put in. So I just pasted what I copied right here. Okay. So I got that there, and we're going to run this cell. My reach, perfect. And we're going to come here, and now that we extracted our forecast using matplotlib, yep, so we're going to run that. It's going to plot it for us again, which is what we did down here. But anyways, we're going to come down, run, and now this is the code that we want, because that just exported the data as a CSV file, and it'll pop up over here, right? And there it is. So now I could download this. So you right click it, download, got my reach CSV, and I can click on this and give a minute for Excel to open. And my Excel will open, and I have all this data, and then we can plot them side by side. Purposes of this video tutorial, I'm not going to do that, but to complete this exercise you need to. So you'll do this, and then you'll come back here, and you will do it again, put in another reach ID or feature ID from what we got down here, and get 3 Excel files, put them together, and then plot them side by side. Now this code kind of does it for us, but not as well, not as well as Excel. Of course, we could change it up and it would be more clear, but we can obviously see that as we went further down into the valley, stream flows are much higher. And then further up the valley, you can see almost at the top of the mountains. If you've ever been in Utah, the Wasatch Mountains are super, super tall. It's almost like you're driving at the bottom of the Salt Lake Valley, and then all of a sudden it hits a straight up wall and it gains thousands of feet in elevation. Pretty incredible view. And those streams, how the Utah Valley gets all their water is from the very tops of these mountains and the snowpack. Now the streams at the very top aren't going to be as much, or has as much stream flow, but as you move down and streams start connecting, stream flows go up drastically. So we can compare these things and we can look at exactly what's going on. So this is pretty awesome. So we complete the exercise. Please do this in Excel and plot these graphs side by side, but that is it for exercise number 2. Hopefully that helped, and we will move on to how to complete exercise number 3, the final exercise of learning activity number 2.